So I've just watched Trick or Treat for the very first time, and I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this movie right now. Okay, so I have officially watched Trick or Treat for the very, very first time. Never seen it in my whole entire life. I feel like this is a classic when it comes to Halloween movies in the American household. It always pops up around this time on streaming. No matter where I go, it pops up. It's like, hey, you should check this out for Halloween. So it came out in 2007, so it's been around for a very long time now. I mean, it's crazy to actually say that. That 2007, it's been around for a very long time, man. Time is just flying by, man. Crazy time. Crazy times. So I watched this movie. Now, there's a few things you need to take into account with this movie. It's told in a way that isn't, your generic storytelling way, where it's like, here, we're going to tell you a story that follows this way. It's actually told in like a sort of an anthology sort of way. It's like multiple stories. So you guys know about anthology series, how you tell multiple stories throughout. Like, so TV shows are the best example of this, where you can watch one. It's like an enclosed story in this episode. The next episode is something completely different. That's what this movie sort of is, but it's all blended and meshed into one episode, basically. Now, look, after watching this movie, I may be in the minority. I probably am in the minority here, but I did not like this film. I did not like this horror film, this Halloween film. I felt like it didn't know what it wanted to be. I really didn't. Like, it says it's supposed to be like a comedy, but there's nothing funny about this movie at all. I didn't find anything funny. Didn't make me laugh once, so I don't know why they're calling it a horror comedy. It's not really that. But then again, it just, as it goes down the horror route, I think my main issue with this movie is, yes, the anthology way of telling a story. I don't mind it. I think it can work. But I just feel like this wasn't the way to do it, because it's so messy. It really is very messy, because there's so many things going on at once that are all jumbled together that you're kind of like, what is actually going on? What is the point of this? Like, how is this all tied together? Like, what's happening? So you can get lost very quickly when you're watching this movie, because there's a scene that happens at the start that then comes back around at the end, and it's kind of like, okay, so that's the end of the film, but that's the start. And then throughout the film, you're kind of trying to figure out what is happening, what is the point of this. You've got serial killers in here, you've got werewolves in here, you've got a pumpkin kid named Sam, he's in it as well. You've got dead children coming back alive. You've got all these things coming together. You got people dying here and there, and it's, I don't know. It could be because I'm not from the States, so I'm not really immersed into, the Halloween spirit. I don't know a lot about Halloween or anything. I just know you dress up and you go trick-or-treating. That's really all I know about Halloween. It's not massive where I'm from. I'm from Australia, and it's not massive. We don't celebrate Halloween like the Americans do. We don't. So that could have a sort of like a biased standpoint from me watching this and not really, in a way appreciating the lore and the stuff behind Halloween. I feel like that's what this movie is. I feel like that's probably why most Americans like this film, is because they understand Halloween a lot more than I do. I just don't. I don't understand what it's about. Like I said, I just know the generic stuff about, let's go trick-or-treating, get some candy, let's dress up. That's really all I know about Halloween. And like I said, it's not massive. We don't do that. It's only been in the last few years that it started to pick up and more people start to get involved in it. But me growing up as a kid, it just never was a thing. So I don't understand the lore behind the whole blowing out the pumpkin that's lit up. I don't understand that, like where that stems from. But what I also didn't like is, I just didn't feel like there was any characters here that I really cared about. So like, there's no connection. I can't connect with this film. And if I can't connect on the actual Halloween itself, because I obviously don't understand it and like anything like that. But as you flip it to the characters, I'm trying to connect with a character and I just can't. Because it's just, you don't spend enough time. That would probably be my main issue, because this is only an hour and a half, And because they're trying to tell so many stories in one go, that you don't spend enough time on those stories to understand and fully grasp what is actually happening and connect with that. Like Sam the Pumpkinhead kid, like he looks cool. Like I'm not gonna say it, like that looked really really cool, and like some of the stuff in here, like the effects and stuff like that for 2007 was great, and I really enjoyed it. And the gore was good as well. There was bloody and gory, and I liked that aspect of it. But I would have liked to know more about the backstory of Sam himself. I would have liked to know why this kid is coming back more. Like, what is the significance of this? Why does this connect him to that? I feel like that's what this movie was missing for me, was that connective string that was able to immerse me into this world. And when you're jumping from story to story to story, you just can't really, you know, get involved in it. Especially like the kids that go down in that elevator shaft thing. Like, I don't care about any of them. So when all that happens, you're kind of like, huh? It is what it is. The couple at the start don't really care for them because they're just never, you know, talked about. We don't see much about them. Like, what is their relationship like? And then the serial killer guy, like the teacher, like, why is he doing this? Like, what is the purpose of him doing this? We don't spend enough time to understand his motivation and why he's doing this. And like, why is his son involved in this? Like, that's pretty messed up. Why is his son involved? I don't know. That to me is probably my biggest criticism, is that's why I couldn't connect with it. And look, I'm all down for like terrible horror movies and like Halloween comedy movies and stuff like that. Like, there's some of them that we're going to talk about that I absolutely love. But I just feel like this one didn't have any comedy either. I didn't laugh. I didn't find it funny at all. I was kind of like, So you don't have any tension. You don't make me laugh. You don't have any connection to any of the characters or anything like that. Why am I watching this? And that's why I felt like watching it. I was like, why am I watching this? Like, well, I just don't enjoy this. So, yeah, for me, I just didn't feel like this connected with me personally, and I don't feel like I like it. Like, I love the gore in that. The gore was cool. Like, when Sam's killing people and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, I dig that. I dig that. Like, I sound like a freaking psychopath, don't I? I really do when I say stuff like that, but we're talking about horror movies, so, like, that's what you expect. So I was happy that there was blood and gore. That to me was the best part. And the design of Sam was cool. He was really, really cool, especially when he took the thing off. But again, nothing's elaborated on. So when he's with the old guy there and he's about to kill him and then he doesn't and he walks away, I'm kind of sitting there like, why? Why didn't he kill him? Like, why did he just all of a sudden stop? Because there's a candy bar there? Like, what's going on there? So, if anyone else who's watched this and loves this, please let me know in the comment section. Like, I might be missing something here, and I would like you guys to educate me more on the whole idea behind this. Like, what is the connections? And maybe shine a light on me a bit more so that maybe after hearing some explanations of certain things, like why he didn't kill him, like what is going on here, you know, just things like that to do with the Halloween lore and that, might actually enhance me to go, actually, you know what, now thinking about it, it actually works better. So let me know in the comment section below your thoughts, and if you guys can connect some pieces for me and maybe help me understand this movie a bit more. But yeah, for me, it's not for me. This one is just not for me. It's not one that I'm going to go back to, probably. So yeah, but let me know your thoughts. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.